Hello everybody, welcome back to the stream. How you all doing? How are you all doing? So, let's see. Goodness. I guess my hair is being crazy again today, that's okay. Whatever. Anyway, before I get into what we're doing in the stream today, I want to remind everyone that Gunforged is available for purchase. It's a 2D roguelite shooter with a bunch of goofy elements. So if you like these kind of games, I think you'll like Gunforged. It's a great way to support me, and if you purchase it, I would love if you would leave a review. I've been stuck at 52 reviews for quite a while, so if I could get an extra couple of reviews, that would be very nice. Also, I've got my Udemy courses available for sale. This is another great way to support me, and a great way to kickstart your Godot learning journey. So this is the Survivor Style course. It's got thousands of students, thousands of reviews. Everyone seems to like it. And I also have a new course in the works, which will be an online cooperative multiplayer game in Godot using GDScript. So if that sounds like something you want to learn about, then hit the notification bell to be notified anytime I publish a new video. I'll publish a video announcement of that course when it's live. And I think that's basically it. Cool. All right, so we can get into what we're doing today. I've got a couple of just random odds and ends things I want to do on the game today. And the reason I'm doing an earlier stream than usual is because, again, I've got a part-time job now to help pay some of the bills. And I've got some meetings that overlap with the usual stream time. So I'm just shifting the stream a little bit earlier in the day so that way I can still do the stream. And probably going to have to do that quite frequently. So sorry for having a little bit of a disjointed schedule, but the VODs are always available if you want to watch the VODs. I know interacting live is probably more fun, but the VODs are on the channel, so you can always watch those at any time of your choosing. All right. Hello, Aniki. Welcome back. Good to see you again. Cool Modern Jaden. Glad to be here again. Well, I'm glad you're here again. Welcome. Hello, Yeet. Welcome. Streams are becoming part of my daily routine. I'm very honored to hear that. Waiting for Sensei. Hello, Atul. You guys are going to make my ego way too big. Hello, Parallel Highway. Terribly. This time is actually better for me. Oh, that's good. That's good. I mean, that's the thing about streaming, you know. It's like, I move the time and some people are like, oh, this is a bad time for me. And some people are like, this is a better time for me. It's like, unfortunately, I cannot please everyone. But maybe with the stream moving around a little bit throughout the week, it'll cover some more people. I don't know. Hello, Joshua. Welcome back. Always good to see you. Got a lot of familiar faces today, which is always fun. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to have my little AI assistant write a new loot table implementation. So I was experimenting with, I created this dynamic loot table, which is basically a copy and paste from the loot table that's available in my Godot utilities. However, I was experimenting with having a dynamic loot table where the weight of the table changes when you add and remove items. And the reason for that is because the old loot table implementation, anytime you added a new item, it was resumming all the items in the table, which is fine for tables that are of a small size. But I figured that if I was able to just very narrowly and surgically change the loot table weight as new items are added or removed, that would be a little bit more performant, especially when I'm doing a lot of stuff like picking conditional items. So the thing about loot tables is that, you know, let's say that I don't want to pick, let's say I only want to pick unique items from the loot table. What has to happen is that item has to be temporarily removed from the table, which means that the overall weight of the table needs to be reduced in correspondence with the weight of the item that you removed, right? The other way to do it is to do something like a while loop and just make sure that you're not picking the same element multiple times. But with a small loot table, or let's say that you had a loot table with 100 items and you removed 99 of them, and you had a while loop running to make sure that you're not checking, like you have a while loop checking to see if you've already picked an item. You could waste a bunch of cycles doing that. And so anyway, my point is that I just want something that's much more surgical, much more tailored to what I'm doing. And instead of writing it myself, I'm going to tell the AI what my requirements are, and I'm going to have it write a loot table implementation for me. So let's go ahead and do that. Agent, should we use let's do a Claude Sonnet 4 preview. Let's do that. We'll do a new context. Okay. Can I add the util directory? Files and folders. Scripts. What? I can't select a subdirectory? It's kind of lame. Wait, can I do scripts /util? Can I just do util? There we go. Okay. Create a new loot table implementation inside of the util directory using C# that meets the following requirements. It needs to have an overall weight that is updated when new items. Well, let's do this. Each item added should be of a generic. Well, let's see. The class should be generic. Every item should also have a configured weight. It needs to have an overall weight that is updated when new items are added. It needs to be able to pick a random item from the table. It needs to be able to pick a random number of items from the table. It needs to have the ability to conditionally pick items. For instance, if I want to check, for instance, if I want to only pick unique items or items that match a certain criteria set, and it needs to be able to be supplied with a random number generator instance or default to 1 if not supplied. Okay, let's see what it does. How long do you work every day in total now that you have a part-time job as well? So my part-time job is only like 10 hours a week, which is very nice. So I do these streams for like 2 hours every morning, and then I will do a couple hours of work, like let's just say 2 hours of part-time job a day. But it depends. There are some days where I don't do work for the part-time job, some days where I do 4 hours of work, so it kind of varies depending on the client's needs for that day. And then otherwise I'm recording course videos, and recording those is a matter of doing the recording, which could take a couple of hours depending on how many lessons I do, and then another couple of hours to do the editing for the video. And then of course I have the other stuff that I'm working on in the background too, which are like the code review videos, which will take, a couple of hours total to produce in terms of the review and editing it. So yeah. Oh, what are you doing? No, stop. Do not edit any existing files. Create a new class. Hello, Visney. Always look for you to some advice. How to keep consistent and resilient about working on a project, because I simply don't want to work on my project sometimes. Yeah, the only advice I can give you, which is not very useful, I will admit, but it's the truest thing I can tell you, is that you just have to bite the bullet. You have to recognize, yeah, this sucks, and the only way out is through. That's actually become sort of a motto for me recently. The only way out is through. Because my opinion is that anything worth doing is going to suck at points, and that's going to be the big separator, is the people who can make it through the parts that suck and the people that don't. So I wish I had better advice for you, but I think that's just the truest advice that I could give you, at least in my experience. Trust me, I already have like 13 or 14 hours of finalized video content, and I watch every single minute of the course content that I'm recording. and doing the edits as well. So it's not just like 14 hours of me talking, but it's also 14-ish hours of me editing the project, and it sucks. Editing is very, very tedious. And if I had a choice, I would say I don't want to edit these, but I have to. I have to. Hardworking magic man. Thank you, Balato. Not even that stressed doing all this. Of course, it will inflate your ego. Well, I've said this before. One of the main reasons why I'm not stressed is because I do have a sizable financial safety net. I am in no financial risk at all. So that is one of the reasons why I'm not super stressed. What are we doing today? Right now, I'm creating a new weighted loot table implementation. And then I am going to be replacing the various loot tables in the game with this. And then what else are we going to do? Just some odds and ends stuff, really. Hello, Kelso. Welcome back. How's my work? It's going great. How are you doing today? I just find the fun in game dev. It's the fun industry. Yeah, I mean, if you're working on a project that is, well, in my experience, there's fun parts of every game dev project and there's terrible parts. It's basically never all fun. So that's the kind of like, that's the thing about it is when you work through the parts that suck, eventually you're going to get back to some of the parts that are fun, where you're back in that mindset of like, oh, I can't wait to finish X, Y, and Z so I can go work on my game or whatever. But those moments, like, they come and go, you know. Hello, Adam. Welcome. Yes, it's Monday. Happy Monday to everybody. That was good advice. Actually, kind of lost interest in my project due to the old Visney making some dumb decisions on code structure, but yeah, I need to keep pushing. Yeah, and like the other thing that's kind of like creates a little bit of tension too is you don't want to get into like a sunk cost fallacy either, where like maybe there's just something fundamentally wrong with your project that even if you did spend a bunch of time on it, it just never would quite be the game that you want it to be. So the tension there is you kind of have to judge, am I not wanting to work on this project because it just sucks right now? Or am I not wanting to work on this project because there's something fundamentally like wrong with it that's not actually worth finishing? And I think that that's kind of like a tough thing to figure out. Oops. So that's the other part of it too. That's kind of annoying. All right, weighted loot table. Each item has a configurable weight through the loot item inner class. Okay. T item float weight. Weight must be greater than 0. That's fine. Items. Why is it doing this? Okay, you do not need a doc for total weight. You don't need that. That's not a useful comment. This is not a useful comment. This is not a useful comment. I know it's like doc, but still not useful. That's not, I would rename this actually to item count. This is not like, is empty. What does this do? Oh, it gets whether the loot table is empty. You don't say. Useless comment. Initializes a new weighted table. Oh, really? That's what a constructor does? It initializes a new instance? Sorry, I'm being a little bit... yeah, that's fine. I'm going to default this to matthewtil.rng. Why is it doing this? It's starting at the end of the list and then comparing each of those things. Oh, I guess that's okay. Clear. Why is the total weight? We want to make this an int. I don't like using float weights. This can just be return default. This is inclusive, right? So 0 to... Does it need to be total weight minus 1? Wait, how does this work? Let's do total weight. So just fix this up. I should have told it to use integer weights, but that's okay. Shouldn't happen with proper weights, yeah. Okay. All right, how did it implement this? Return default. Eligible items. Oh, I see. So it's reconstructing basically a table here. This needs to be int. Just cleaning everything up here. If allowed duplicates, else. So yeah, just changing all this stuff here. Current weight is 0. I think there might be an error in here. Oh no, because it's breaking. So it's removing the element. Yeah, it's breaking out of that for loop. Okay. Okay, that makes sense. Pick random items. Oh, this is a conditional for pick random items too. Okay. So it looks like I've got a pretty good allow duplicates, int. Wait, is that what I wanted? Yeah. Total eligible weight, cool. Oh, goodness. Okay. Okay, I guess that makes sense. Cool. All right, I think that's been fixed up now. So now I can use this in place. The reason I needed to replace my other loot table implementation is because it was wrong in some cases. So I'm hoping this will be a better implementation. But let's see. Doing big games as a platformer, doing it to get money. Okay, very cool. Seems like you got to be a little bit masochistic to do anything worthwhile. Yeah, maybe that's true. Hello, Vishal. Welcome back. Hello, T. Hendrix. I was trying to send you my simple weighted random picker on Pastepen. Looks like it's getting caught in a spam filter or something. Yeah, links do not work. You can't send links in the YouTube chat, unfortunately. But thank you, T. Hendrix. I appreciate that. You'll be the first to go in the AI apocalypse if you keep talking to it like that. True. How's your game Gunforge doing nowadays? It's good. I mean, I think that the sales are basically done. I mean, I'm going to see when the game goes on sale next, if that provides a little bit of a bump, but I'm not expecting much more revenue from it at this point. It's removing multiple, that's why it starts on the end. Oh, I see, it got you. Oh, yeah. So it'll remove multiple of the same element. That makes sense. Playing any fun games recently? I've just been playing Night Rain whenever I have time. Played a couple of rounds of that on Saturday. It's like the John Wick of full sheer will, discipline, and focus. I'm playing Dalek Town. It's a really good game. What is that? I've never heard of that. I got Oxygen Not Included, and geez, it's a really deep game. Yeah, I've gotten that impression from it too. You switch to Unity? I see C#. Nope, just this is Godot still. Still a lot of cleanup for how specific your prompt was. Yes, but cleaning it up is less effort than writing this all myself. And potentially less bug prone as well. Being an indie dev seems hard for how much brain power is going and how much money is coming. It is very hard, yes. Yep. Hello, Coco Shell. Welcome back. Do you have any advice on how to motivate myself to work on my game? I struggle with that very badly. I actually just talked about this at the beginning of the stream. So you could go back and watch the VOD if you're interested. But yeah, I think the way that I love to answer this question is to say that motivation is not what you're looking for, because the motivation, that's more of a passive thing that comes and goes. So you can't rely on motivation. What you have to rely on is discipline. So you have to build up a habit of discipline of actually working on your game regularly, even when you're not motivated to do so. And that's what's going to get you through your game and get you to the finish line. Again, if you rely on motivation, when that wanes, you're not going to finish your game. But yeah, if you want some more thoughts on that, toward the beginning of this stream, I talked about that a little bit more. Okay. I guess we can try this now. I think what I'll do is I'll just delete this dynamic loot table, and then I'll let all the errors come up where necessary. Oh, I shouldn't have done that actually. Because I need Godot to delete the UID file as well. Okay. Oops, I didn't mean to do that, but that's all right. All right, now let's see. Where am I using the dynamic loot table? I'll probably want to create a set random in here as well. This is read only, right? Okay. I'm going to rename this. Is that not right? Oh, that just passes in. Oh, gotcha. Cool. Okay, so that should work. Get loot table data. Get all items. I think I just need to get this conditional in here. Card loot table, pick items. Oh, count. Okay. And item dot tag dot has flag. Okay. Result is equal to cards dot select x new card stats x dot id to array. Oh shoot. I am going to need to do this in a loop. Wait, pick items, allow duplicates. Oh wait, I can do allow duplicates. False. That'll work. Oh, that's easy. Wait. Oh, I can redo that one too. Okay. Oh, this is much simpler. Look at that. I don't even need this anymore. Look at that, much simpler. Okay. So I'm going to redo this one too. So prevent. Yeah, so I can do this. Count this. Can I pass in null here? Prevent. Okay, I think that'll work. Cards dot select. Cool. Sweet. All right, so that's simplified quite a bit. Where else do we got to replace? Enemy board configuration manager. Weighted loot table. I'm passing in the RNG. Loot table set random, okay. Loot table dot set random RNG. I need to pass in the RNG here too. Okay, that'll work. A lot of this is just going to be a drop-in replacement, which is good. Guaranteed event type. Pick item. Item. Oops. Okay, almost there. I use app blocker, so I have to do what I need to do. Yeah, that can be a good strategy. I've seen people try to use app blockers though, and then they just turn off the app blockers anyway. So it depends on how disciplined you are in using the app blockers as well. Yeah. Well, opening Godot is a good first step though. I think to ease yourself into it, just keeping the editor open so that you have to look at it it can be a good way of actually ginning up some desire to work on it. Yeah, I think that's right, Breckheck. Yeah, you have to, if you go in with a plan, you're probably going to succeed a little bit more. Having a clean desk, working with other people on games instead of by yourself. Yeah, I mean, I think that's why a lot of people tune into these streams. It's like kind of, I don't want to use the word motivating because I just said motivation is not useful, but it can be motivating to, you know, have somebody else working with you or have a stream up where somebody's working because you kind of get in the same mode. So yeah, I definitely think that's good advice, Breckheck. You should have an idea of what you need to do beforehand, then it's easy to get overwhelmed. Yeah. Yeah, if you go in like, and if you're trying to build up that habit, then yeah, I could see that being very useful where you say, I just want to accomplish this one thing. And if you really struggle with working on the project, choose something that you know is going to take like less than 15 minutes and just do that one thing. And if that's all you do, that's fine because you're still making incremental progress on your game. But what you'll often find too is that you'll do that one thing and you go, okay, now I'm in it, so I'll just go ahead and do the next thing and do the next thing and do the next thing, right? What is dopamine fasting? I don't really have an idea of what to do in my game. I don't know how to split it. I don't know what dopamine fasting is. Don't really have an idea what to do in my game. Don't know how to split it. I will say that I think you can, I don't know, I'm not a neuroscientist, but I've gotten to the point now where very often I actually find it more enjoyable to work on my game than scroll, you know, various social media or play a video game. Like I'll boot up a game sometimes and be like, I'm actually going to shut this down and go work on something. So I think you can rewire yourself to actually enjoy doing the work more so than doing other things. But I think you have to build up that habit first. Dopamine fasting, drastically filtering out your sources of dopamine to only those that are productive. So no junk food, Netflix, games, etc. Kind of resets your brain, makes it easier to do hard things. I see. Yeah, that sounds plausible. Definitely sounds plausible. I mean, I don't have any streaming services, and I also don't have TikTok or Instagram. Really, the only social media that I scroll regularly is X, formerly known as Twitter. Yeah, stay away from it. Yeah, I ruthlessly block TikToks. There was a period of time where I had TikTok blocked on my network, but for a reason we don't have to go into, it's not blocked anymore. But yeah, I don't watch YouTube Shorts at all. Yep, those are definitely vampiric is the way I would describe them. Okay, so let's see. Pick item. Picked enchants contains enchant. Oh wait, I don't need to do this anymore. Hold on a second. Oh wait. Actually, this is probably fine. Actually, no, it's not. Here's what I'll do. Oh wait, I didn't. Oh, okay. Allow duplicates false. Hold on a second. I don't need that null there. Wow, the AI did such a good job making that API. Wow. I mean, I don't want to praise the AI too much, but okay, where was I? Enchant event state machine. Yeah, enchants here. Enchants.select x x.duplicate .toArray. Okay, that's a little bit better. Okay, where else are we using the dynamic loot table? Artifact loot table manager. Oh, this should be to list. Does this return a new list? Oh, it does return a new list, so I don't need to do that. Cool. Okay, last one. And then we'll have to give this a test to make sure it's all good. Okay. I think that's it. All right, let's go ahead and build and see if I broke anything. Oh, you know what? This probably needs... This needs an RNG in it, I think. Oh, yeah. I probably should make sure that everything... Am I using this anywhere? This is not being used anywhere. Do I even need that? Event type loot table manager. I'm not using that anywhere. So I can just get rid of that. Really? Oh yeah, I'm not using that anymore. Right, because I'm generating the events. This is old code. I didn't even realize that. Okay, so I can get rid of that actually. Failed to build project. Right, I need to pass in the RNG here. How am I supposed to get the RNG? RNG. Oh, you know what? I'll probably put this as part of the seeded run, actually. So let's do this. I'll just do this. Private, read-only, scaled boss, scaled board configuration model, boss board configuration, generate boss board configuration. Oh, did I make that read only on accident? Oops. Right, okay. So this boss event state machine is equal to context.seededrun. Do I need to get a reference to that boss board? Okay, let's just do this. Public scaled board configuration model. I'll need to change this when I have multiple bosses, but for now, I'm just putting that all on the run here. Okay. And actually, there's no reason to set that up ahead of time, I don't think. Or maybe there should be. Maybe you should be able to see the boss ahead of time. I don't know. We'll figure that out. We'll figure it out. Alrighty. So now if I build, we should be okay. There are some things that increase dopamine production, some that you release it. You don't want to release too much as you need it for accomplishing tasks. Imagine your dopamine as your work battery. Gotcha. AI is controlling the world and they can recognize you, Firebelly. Big if true. Things like exercise, cold showers, meditation, and reading increase dopamine production before doing anything that might release dopamine. Think about it if you need for something else. Gotcha. I think you're missing a crucial thing from the dopamine list there, but you'll get it if you think about it. Mad cold showers are so brutal, like painful almost, yes. I used to take cold showers sometimes. I stopped doing that though. I like my warm showers, thank you very much. Physically feel better. Yeah, that was true too. When I took I have a friend that takes cold showers regularly and swears by it. I believe it. Maybe I'm just weak. I can't stand it. Definitely wakes you up and closes your pores. I hear, so helps with skin health. Interesting. Thanks for the advice. I need to work on splitting my game into chunks, but right now I need to go through rewriting a 700-line script, and I really don't want to do that, nor do I know how to do it in the best way. Well, I mean, maybe I would just encourage you to evaluate, like, do you truly need to rewrite it? Or is it a situation where you can say, yeah, it's not ideal, but I can still work with it. So maybe the option is, I mean, I don't know what's the problem with your script, but I would just encourage you to evaluate that. Is it something that you can work with, or is it absolutely being just a productivity killer for you? And if so, then yeah, you should rewrite it. Okay, let's go ahead and run the game and see what happens. Okay, so we got a map looking all right. Do I have a seed? Oh, I am passing in the same seed still. Let's just go ahead and get rid of that. Okay. That's not rendering correctly. Gotta fix those labels. Goodbye. Enchant card. Let's just make sure that this is working correctly. Turn cooldown is reduced by 1. Nice. Increase board size. Shop. Ooh, there's the marionette. Look at that. We've got these here. So these still need prices. I can't buy any of these because I don't have... So shop still needs a bunch of work with the new prices that are in place. But what I want to do is I want to copy this seed and give this a shot here. See if it generates the same. I'm sure it will, but just make sure that I've at least given it a little bit of a test here. So that's the same board layout there, which is good. Enchant card. These options are going to be different, so that's fine. We'll skip that though. Increase board size. Go to the shop. Same options. Sweet. All right, everything appears to be working just fine. So we'll get rid of that for now. Okay. Implement new weighted table. All right. What's next? Map looking good, really coming together. Thank you, K-Clouds. Appreciate that. Pixel art looks really good. Thank you, Parallel Highway. Thank you, thank you. I'm really curious about how this game will sound. Could make or break it. Yes, that is something that I'm acutely aware of. I think obviously I'm going to reach into like a Diablo style for the music. I think that would fit really well. So just doing something that's like a little bit ambient, not a whole lot going on musically, but just like kind of set the mood like Diablo does pretty well with the guitars. And then the sound effects, I think it will be okay if I just take my usual approach to sound effects, which is just making everything sound really crunchy and punchy. I could maybe add some kind of distortion filter to it to make the game sound a little bit old. I think I could probably just do that through the sound effects bus. So if I just add a tiny bit of distortion to make everything sound crunchier so it's not super high def, I think that might work well. But yeah, I'm gonna focus on sounds. Once I have the game in a good spot gameplay wise and where I'm ready to like for it to be play tested, that's when I'll go and I'll do the sounds and stuff. But I have some ideas already, so. Yeah, that's true. And if you're not opposed to it, Parallel Highway, I mean, you know, you have to be careful with how you use AI tools depending on how much experience you have, but you could use the AI to help you recommend ways of breaking out the code. So if you're kind of stuck on how to start breaking it out, ask the AI, ask an AI chatbot and see if it gives you any useful suggestions. Hello, Emerson. Good morning to you as well. I imagine this some echoes on the SFX could sound good like you're in the void. Ooh, yeah. I'd love to learn how to make chiptunes in the future. There's some really cool stuff you can do with it. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. All right, so we need to come up with prices for some of those shop elements. So let's go back to the shop container. We've got these pedestals here, alchemy pedestal, upgrade pedestals. So those need to be chosen as well. Okay, so I need to make this configurable. So go to my seeded run here. Shop configuration. Let's do public event type. Event configurations. What kind of events do we want to do? Basically all of them. Except for combat. Start combat shop. Start. No, we don't want these two. So I think we don't want booster, we don't want combat, we don't want start, and we don't want shop. So basically these ones. Should I just do an extension method in here? Public static. Or let's just, no, it don't even need to be. I don't know if it's a good idea to put these in here, but let's do event type. No, I'll do it in here. Generate shop inventories. Okay. Shop events is equal to write a link statement here that selects only certain enum values from game.data.event type. Okay. Excluded event types is equal to combat, shop, booster. I think that's it. So we'll exclude those. Where E not excluded event types dot contains E. Event loot table is equal to new weighted loot table. Event type RNG. For each var event type in shop events. We'll just hard code the weight as 10 for now. It's fine. Shop configuration dot event configurations is equal to event loot table dot pick items 3 false dot to array. Okay, that should do it. And now I need to come up with an icon for each of those things. So I'll probably need to do some art. Oh goodness, I have to draw multiple versions of the event icons. I wonder if there's a way, let me think. Should I merge the map icons and the shop icons maybe? How big are the shop icons? Shop container. 23 by 22. How big are my map icons? Map node. $30 by $30. Can I get away with using the same icons? That's a good question. That's 30 by 30. That's 30 by 30. Oh, interesting. So I could use the same icons in here. Uh-huh. Okay. Map icons. I think that's what I'll do. The only problem is these require very specific positioning, so I might have to just individually create sprites for each of these. Is there a better way that I can automate that? I guess if they're all 30 by 30. Okay, so I'm going to redo these icons, I think. Do I want to do that? Probably... Oh, shoot. Let me think. I'll probably just want to create like a custom resource or something to store the icon configuration data, because I'm going to be referencing these event icons in both the map and the shop, and probably anywhere else where I need to show an event icon. So I think the way to do that is probably going to be to create a custom resource where I can define the icon data, like, yeah, the icon data for each event type. And then I can pull that data into the map and into the... Well, the thing is, though, I have this outline data too, which I could also include on the icon resource. That might be the way to do it. Yeah, that might be the way to do it. Okay, so that's what I'll do. Yeah, we'll do that. So these are all 30 by 30. Still doesn't solve the problem of how the offset works, though. I could maybe define a manual offset inside of the resource itself. I want to automate this so that way I don't have to create new icon nodes in here. I could just basically set the icon based on the custom resources icon. But the problem is I'll need... The map assumes the icon is centered around the node, which makes sense. But in here, they need to be much more specifically positioned. So I may just need to define an offset as well for it, which would be kind of janky, I guess, but it's probably okay. Okay, well, we'll figure it out. I have a random card suggestion, the 2x2 Cursed Egg. If you win 3 combats with this card on your board, it will hatch and become a stronger card. Kind of like a dragon egg. Interesting. That's a good idea. I'm going to write that down. Thank you for the idea. That's a very good idea. Cursed Egg. Could be like a really powerful card of some kind. A 2x2 egg, you said, right? 2x2. That's a great idea. Thank you. Need to fix the script first because it handles the world generation and the issue with it works in 1x1 grid. Now I need the grid to be bigger. Oh, I see. Oh, like a chunk system. And again, I watch stream instead of working on it. I hate myself. That's all right. Woo, art time. Love how you did the dithering. Thank you. Yes, we're going to do some art. I got some more. Well, actually, I guess I'm not going to draw icons now because I'm just going to be using the already existing map icons. And I actually am going to make a little bit of a change because I like the upgrade icon here better than I like the upgrade icon or the map upgrade icon. So I'm actually going to make this the same as well. So we got some work to do here, but we'll get it done. What did I do in here? Oh, I'm still working on this. Okay. Okay. So yeah, I'm going to take a quick 3-minute break though, get a refill on my drink and all that good stuff. So when I come back, we'll do all that icon work that I'm talking about. Also need to make these have a proper price in the shop. So that's what we'll be working on when I get back. In the meantime, please check out the links in the description below. Those are all the ways you can support me. And give me just 3 minutes and I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. Hello, Sir Naldo. Welcome back. Sounds like the one from 20 Minutes Till Dawn. Oh, I'm not aware of that. I'll have to make sure I'm not accidentally plagiarizing. Still can't believe I gave you the chicken gun suggestion and end up in Gunforge. Glad I can help. Oh, yeah. The chicken gun. That's one of my favorite guns, actually. My favorite gun in Gunforge is the Necromancer gun, of course, but... actually... that kind of gives me an idea for an interesting spin-off, like, Necromancer. Like, wouldn't it be an interesting spin on a Necromancer game if, like, you were a Necromancer and you were raising an army of skeletons, but the skeletons were kitted out in, like, with, like, guns instead? So you've got, like, a SEAL team squad of skeletons, and you can have, like, a sharpshooter one and, like, a light machine gun one. That'd be kind of fun, actually. It's like it would be like, what would a Necromancer look like in like a modern warfare scenario? It'd be kind of funny, actually. Anyway, feel free to steal that idea. I do not have time to work on it. Early stream, yes. I'm sorry, Christopher. Chris now. Changed your name. I'm sorry, Chris. Yeah, I have a meeting for my part-time job in an hour and a half. So instead of doing a shorter stream or missing the stream entirely, I just shifted the hours a little bit. Part of the plot of Death Stranding, isn't it? The egg thing? I don't know anything about Death Stranding either. I'm not very cultured with video games, I guess. Necromancer with a military budget? Yeah, true. Okay. So, what am I doing? So we got to take those map icons. So I'm going to probably create a custom resource. So I got a data, new folder. Do I want to call this event? I'll call it event configuration. Event configuration, new file. Whatever. Global class. Public partial class event configuration resource. Might as well, yeah, map that event type there. Do I want to give it a name? I might as well give it a name. I don't think I need a description yet. Make these private set. Scene. No, we don't need any of this stuff. Export. Public texture 2D. Icon. Get private set. Export. Public texture 2D icon highlight. Get private set. Okay. I think that's gonna work. Let's build. Okay, create new resource, event configuration. This will make this booster for first, I guess. I call this booster. Booster. Icon. So I'm going to copy basically everything from the map node here. So this map node, we're going to get that booster icon. This is going to be very annoying. Copy, open this up, paste it here. Then go back to the map node, copy this one, go back here, paste it here. And for good measure, I'll just make these unique just in case. Okay, so we've got our event configuration now, so that's great. It's always been Chris, just found out where to set it in my settings. Okay, well, I'll just call you Chris from now on then. Unless you want me to go back to calling Christopher. Like and subscribe to Magic Man. Good night. Have fun making games, guys. Thank you, Belato. Good night to you. And thanks for joining. I don't know why it didn't make sense before, but figure out how to use the theme variant types effectively. Yeah, once the theme variant types and just generally the theming clicks generally, it's very powerful. Very powerful. I think I'll start your Vampire Survivors course in a couple days. I'm almost done with my top-down RPG. Any advice before going in? No, I don't think so. I think the course will give you everything that you need to know. Yeah, it seems like you already have some familiarity with programming and working with Godot, so I think you'll be just fine. Thank you, by the way. Hello, Personal Haiti. What's up? Oh my gosh. Again with the icon Easter egg. Welcome back, though. All right, so there's the booster. I guess I'll just get these all configured right now. So let's see. Am I using this event type start anywhere? I guess I might as well configure that, but let's create a new resource. We'll call this one combat. 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 All right, can I copy multiple properties? I don't think so. If I do combat, combat, yeah. But I can just copy this value here, paste it there, and then go back here, copy this, paste there, make unique. I wish there was a paste and make unique. Wouldn't that be nice? Paste and make unique. But I understand that, you know, you may not have a variant type that can be made unique. That would make sense. But I think in the case of, like, if you were pasting a number, paste and make unique would just do nothing, right? Or ideally, it would know what the variant type is on your clipboard and it would show that option dynamically. That would be a little bit of a nice thing to have, wouldn't it? Okay, create new resource. I think, you know what I think? I think the Godot dev should watch my streams and get all the little tidbits of UX things. I'm just kidding, of course. They are very busy. Shop. Shop. Name. Shop. Okay, icon. Oops. Go back to the map node. Copy value. Paste value. Copy value. Paste value, make unique. Make unique. Again, yeah. Just hard to find a dev. Good morning, Vaughn. Vaughn. Game's looking good. Thank you. Appreciate that. Add my name as a startup as a creator and executive producer, marketing director, and special thanks to me. I will get right on that, Yeet. I will get right on it. Hello, Aaron. What are they busy for? Oh, the Godot developers? They were working on the engine. They got better stuff to do. This is a little bit tedious, but it's okay. I'm just going to put this on my other monitor. Well, I can't do that. Enchant. Oops. Okay, next one, grow board. So this is the case where the name is actually different than the enum value. That's weird. Okay, whatever. Cool. All right, what's the next one? Max health. This is riveting. What did I call this? Max health increase. Actually, this now. So this is the area. Yeah. So I'll want to pull in the name here instead of hard coding it there. Anyway, max health increase, map node. I don't like this icon. I'll redo it at some point. Okay, make unique, make unique. All right, a couple more. Upgrade card. Did I change that max health? Yeah. What do I call this one? Upgrade a card, okay. All right, icon. And I am gonna want to change that one. So I can't forget to do that. Paste. Icon highlight. Okay, and then the last one is what? Oh, I already did booster. So what am I missing? Nothing, I guess. Did I do everything? I did, okay. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and just stage what I've got so far. So we've got those resources now. I'm gonna need a resource registry. So let's see. I'll put the event registry in there. I have another registry as well, artifact registry. Let's do this. Yeah. Resources, data, event, configuration, register events. This is going to be an event configuration. Ooh, I should change this to event configuration resource. Is that going to break? I don't think so. I think it'll be okay. And in any case, I've staged what I have, so it's fine. I'm not going to duplicate this. That doesn't need to be duplicated, so that's fine. Event configuration resource. Can just simplify that. I'm going to rename this to event type to event resource. Event type. Don't need this. From type. So I am going to need to load this resource. Var resource is equal to that. Resource dot Event type equal resource. Okay. So that should do it. Alrighty, let me just build real quick and make sure this didn't break anything. I have no idea what this is. Personal Haiti, I'm sorry. Vaughn, okay, gotcha. Daniel, hello, welcome. Hello, are you planning on releasing the assets at some point? I'd love to play around with them. For this game, if this game is going to be a commercial release, then probably not. I think I need to learn resources. Yeah, they're very useful. It's just like resources are basically just configurable chunks of data that you can edit through the editor. And when you combine it with like a pattern like I'm using here, which is like using a registry, this registry, all it does is it loads all of those resources into memory at runtime. And in the case of here, it maps the event type to the appropriate resource. But in my other registries, like my card registry, it extracts an ID, and the ID is essentially just the file name of the resource. And so it maps that ID to the resource. So in the code, I can just say, hey, give me a card with ID skeleton, and it knows to go to that resource, and then it can initialize everything from there. So I'm basically using my file systems like a database that is automatically populated on startup. And so all I need to do really to add new card definitions is I just need to create a new resource for it. Now there is some scripting that has to go in with the cards as well. It's not totally hands-off, but it's a very nice way of doing it. Quick update, I think I'll be able to finish the game for Godot Wild Jam. It's going well so far. Will it be fun? I don't think so, but I'm having fun learning things. That's great, that's what game jams are for. So, glad to hear that. Gonna release a demo of the game soon? Yes, hopefully soon. Once I am done with the course that I have in progress, I'll be able to spend the biggest chunk of my time working on this game, which I'm very much looking forward to. I'm trying not to be so hard on myself since it's my first game jam. Yeah, that's a good idea. Hate brain rot so much. Hello, Luigi Dev. Missed the code review this weekend. Any chance the next one's coming soon? Yeah, I want to have another one by Saturday. So, just under a week until the next one. I have that as one of my goals for the week is to make and publish another code review video. So, yeah, it's coming. It's definitely coming. Okay, everything's still good, yes. All right, so now... All right, so now I gotta replace all this stuff. So this... Event configuration registry. Oh, it's just called event registry. Did I put this in the right? There we go. Description label.text is equal to resource.name. Cool. So that's good. Is that all I need to do? So all of these things can go away. Event registry.from type, data.event type, no, from type, map node.node event type. Okay, so now I can just do icon texture. Oh. Wait, let's just get rid of all this. Resource dot icon. Cool. Where else am I referencing the event type? I guess what I could do is just search for uses of event type and just see. Okay. That's fine. That's all fine. Event selection container. I don't think I need that anymore. Okay, so the pedestal is going to be the one that I want to change next. Right, so that's going to be a little bit tricky. Okay. Let me look at that first. Well, okay, there's a couple of things I want to do first. What is it? Event selection container. Is this being used anywhere? Game UI. I think this is old code too. Yep. Get rid of that. Game UI. Resource preloader, event selection container. Get rid of that. View owners. Okay, what is this? Oh yeah, this is nothing. Delete. Okay, let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. Oh, it broke. Sweet. Oh. Yeah, I forgot to remove this event, or rename this, I mean. That should do it. Hey, there we go. Look at that. So I just replaced all of those map nodes now with the icons, those event icons. So that's great. All right. Very good, very good. All right, so I'm going to try something with the shop now. We got to get those pedestals looking good. What am I doing? Get rid of this. Okay, move event icon configuration to resource. So that simplifies things quite dramatically. Now for the pedestal here, this event pedestal, this needs to change. So we're going to change this to icon. Let's assume that all the icons are going to be 30 by 30. So let's just try this first. Let's do a negative 30 in the Y and negative 15 in the X. This texture is going to be, I'll just go ahead and borrow this texture here. Yeah, so that's the problem. I may have to do something like negative 20 instead. See, that could be too low though. Let's do negative 20. I'm not going to have a one size fits all option here, I don't think, but we'll try it. We'll try it, make unique. Otherwise, I'm going to have to determine a specific offset here, but all right, so let's change this to icon, get rid of this. Event resource is equal to event, what am I doing? Event registry dot from type, event type, icon dot texture is equal to event resource dot icon. Get rid of this. Okay. And then in the shop container, we have these separate pedestals here. So let me go to the shop container. There needs to be a third one. It's called We Do a Little Eyeballing. Okay. I'm just going to rename these to pedestal 1, pedestal 2, pedestal 3, and we'll get a reference to all those. Okay, so now when we set shop configuration for var I equals 0, I is less than shop configuration, or let's do pedestals.length, I guess. I plus plus var event type is equal to shop configuration dot event types. Nope. Shop configuration dot event configurations I. Oh, right. I need to get rid of this export variable. Okay. All right. Shoot. Just make the price 10. Okay. I guess we'll just have to go ahead and see how that looks. Does it bother you to put years of work into a project and sell it for the price of a cheap t-shirt? It has been something that I started to think about as I got into game dev and realized how hard it is. Well, I mean, it's not... The thing about making anything software related is like, I don't want to say the price doesn't matter, but it's not like you're manufacturing anything, right? The profit margin is unknown. If you sell 1 million copies of a t-shirt priced game as a solo developer, you're going to make a lot of money, right? And so the price per unit is not really what is concerning me right now that much. What's concerning me is like increasing the volume of sales, which is a lot easier to do when you're dealing in like the non-physical world, when you're dealing with software. So it's just a matter of like, it's really just it's about making a game that's fun that people want to buy and then marketing it to reach the widest audience possible. So I'm not worried necessarily about whether the price is correct or if I'm a couple dollars off or whatever. I'm mostly just worried about the volume of sales. So that's what I'm trying to focus on. So yeah, the individual price, I mean, it matters, but it's not like my main focus. That's how I'm thinking about it anyway. So yeah, if you sell 10 copies of a $5 game, that's not going to feel very good. But if you sell 100,000 copies of a $5 game, that's a different story, right? Same time, I'm glad I can enjoy these pieces of art at a cheap price. It's a dilemma. Yeah, I just don't think it's that big of a dilemma, honestly. I really don't. Software is infinitely reproducible, so the name of the game is to get as many people to buy it as possible. Hello, I'm at work. Oh, I'm at work, but I just wanted to let you know I tried Gunforge demo. It was fun, but I can't buy it because the text has a weird jitter in it, making it hard to read everything. Are your NVIDIA drivers out of date? If your NVIDIA drivers are out of date, there was an NVIDIA driver bug that caused Godot games to render incorrectly. That may be what you're talking about. Which sucked because that NVIDIA driver issue happened right as I was releasing Gunforged. And so a lot of people ran into that issue. So like an event totally outside of my control hampered the release of my game to some extent. I don't know if it made any meaningful difference. Yeah, it might be your NVIDIA drivers if you have an NVIDIA card. The given key start was not present in the dictionary. So I guess I do need to add a start configuration. So I will do this. Event configuration resource, start. I think that could be it because the same in my camera controller in the game I'm starting just thought it was a default Godot camera issue or something. Oh yeah, no. Yeah, if you're seeing issues in the Godot editor as well, then yeah, it's definitely a driver issue. So I'd recommend, yeah, get your NVIDIA drivers updated, and then Gunforge should be rendering crisply, and also whatever issues you're having in Godot should also disappear. Okay. Why did I do all of that? Oh, we gotta look for a shop. Gotta see if the shop is gonna generate some pedestals. Ooh, there we go. Let's make a note of this seed because it's right off the start there. Oops. All right, let's go into the shop. Let's see what is in here. What? Oh, it chose the start node. That's funny. Wait a minute. That's really funny, actually. Did I forget to exclude start? I did forget to exclude start. That's funny. So I got to exclude some events from this shop. So start combat, yes. We want to exclude booster as well. And exclude shop. So there should be 4. Start, combat, shop, and booster. Okay. Yeah, see, this is like off kilter now. Although that looks like an icon specific issue. Go into Sprite here. So I might as well fix this while I'm in here. So if I go to assets, map, if I go to map icons, .Sprite, this looks like it might just be off center generally. Icon grow board here. So that's what? Oh, I can't see it. 15 pixels over. 15 pixels. 16. So if I moved it over 1. Icon grow board highlight out over 1 as well. Export that, but also I want to go to asset UI shop. I don't need this alchemy anymore. So get rid of that. This upgrade, I'm going to open this up, copy this. I'm going to make this my new upgrade icon. Ooh, it's not going to fit. That's a little bit unfortunate. I think I can just shrink this down though. Still not going to fit. Well, I had to shrink it a little bit, but that's all right. I think it'll be okay. There needs to be at least 2 pixels of padding on both sides. So we'll go ahead and copy this. No. Copy, paste, shift over. Okay, I think that'll do it. Let's see what it looks like. Oh, and I can also get rid of that upgrade from the shop as well. View owners, yeah, I can get rid of this. Yeah, look at that upgrade card. That looks much better. Nice. Let's go to the shop. Oops. So that's a little bit more centered. What I might do actually is I might go into my event pedestal. Can I just change this to be like -25? Oops, -27, I mean. So I'm trying to get away with it so that I don't have to individually position these icons. And it looks okay for now. So that looks good. Oh, and I'm also not handling that situation very well. How is that transitioning into the event? Oh, it's probably in the shop. Event state machine. Right. So I'm going to need to transition into the proper state machines here, which may be a little bit tricky. But I think it'll be okay. State utils. This is kind of a dump script, but let's do this. Public event, public static event state machine, get state machine for event, event type, event state machine context. Let's go to my run manager. Basically just copy all of this. Switch event type. This should be base event state machine. I think that's correct. So we'll just map all those state machines there. And then in my run manager here, event state machine is equal to state utils, get event state machine for context. Okay, and then I can do the same thing in the shop now. So instead of reduplicating that logic in here, I'll just say this is get our state utils, get event, get state machine for event, selected event type, context. Oh. That's okay. Okay, that should be good. So now if I go to the shop, that should take me right into that booster there. Or not that booster, the grow board event. So if I go to my shop, go right in here, boom. And then it brings the shop back in. That needs to disappear, but I think that's okay. Is there another shop on the board? No. So that's looking all right. Let me go. Did I remove that to-do? I think I did. Okay. Let's get rid of this. Let's just go and find another shop now. You will see an extra cell tonight. Thank you. I appreciate that, Cass. Very much appreciate that. Thank you. After an hour of work. Why did I do that? Yeah. Hello, Neozoid. Welcome. New upgrade icon looks good. Thank you. Yeah, I think it does. Do you use canvas items for your window settings on pixel art games? No, I use viewport. Viewport. I will probably add, so like in Gunforged as a late addition, I made it so that it has a canvas items mode, because some people didn't like the crunchy pixel look, and it was easy enough to dynamically change the stretch mode. So I will probably add that as an option for this game as well, just because some people like to play with the higher resolution, smoother look. But by default, I'm using the viewport mode, and that's going to be the default experience. All right, is there another shop on the map? There is. Let's go up. This will be a good opportunity to test a boost or two. I don't think I've done that since I reworked the loot table. Minion, minion, minion. Very nice. Go to the shop. Got health increase. That's a little bit off center as well. Why is that off center? I think these aren't necessarily off center. It's just that they don't look good on the shop screen when they're not perfectly centerable. So I'm just going to move this over one and do the same for this. Okay. Anyway, that looks decent. I mean, it's all right. Probably would look better if I hand place these things, but that's a little bit too much effort right now. Sell that, sell that, sell that. I can purchase the Corvid now. Leave the shop. All right, it's coming together. It's coming together. Ooh, enchant. Let's see if that works. Sweet. Everything seems to be working really well. So obviously that needs to go away. It also needs to account for the price. Oh, there's so much work to do, but it's working. It's working. Hello, A the Ant. Hopefully I'm not too late. Well, you might be. I'm sorry to say. I shifted my stream time a little bit today because I have a meeting in approximately 30 minutes for my part-time job. So if I had started streaming at the usual time, I would be ending the stream right now anyway. So, you know, I'm trying to get at least a consistently like 2-hour stream every day, even if I have to switch the times around. I don't know, I wouldn't feel very productive if I just did a stream for like 45 minutes or an hour. So anyway, add event types to shop. There we go. Hello, Ito Makes Games. Welcome. Pixel art looks so good. Thank you, Real Cruda. Yes, unfortunately, I am going to be ending the stream right now. I have to go prep for my meeting that I've got again for, in 30 minutes or so. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. But thank you everyone for watching. Thank you all for being here. Keep watching older VODs to catch up. Thank you. My last day of school though, so I'm going to be very free. Well, you can watch the VOD if you like, but congratulations on your last day of school. That's always a good feeling. But yeah, that's it for the stream today, everyone. Thank you all for being here. Thank you all for watching, and thank you for your support. If you want to support my work, you can check out the links in the description below. You can purchase Gunforged or one of my courses. Again, I have a new course in the works, an online cooperative multiplayer course. So that will be out hopefully by the end of the month, but it's taking longer than I'm expecting it to. But I'm trying to get it wrapped up, and it'll be available for you to purchase. And yeah, hope to see you tomorrow. I'll be streaming again tomorrow at 10 a.m. Eastern. I think 10 a.m. Let me check my calendar. Yeah, I'll be streaming tomorrow at 10 a.m. So the usual time. So I hope to see you all there. All right, bye-bye, everyone.